The Grey Man does whatever a Grey Man can. Can he make a comic feed? Yes, he can. He just did. Watch now, a video from Grey Man. A video from Grey Man.
Hey, it's day 4 of my blog. I'm here again to talk more random nonsense off the top of my head. Yeah, day 4, I've already run out of stuff to talk about. Right, now I'm going to talk about comics that I've read. And also, I did get a package today. I thought it wasn't going to come actually. I thought this is my February haul, which has come the day before February starts. But I'm going to open it today. I've already opened it. I'm not looking at them yet though. I'll show you them later. But let's show. Let's just carry on. I'm going to talk about some comics. I just think comic reading must be done in silence. Like I keep every now and again reading when I've got something on, like a video playing in the background, like on YouTube. It completely just takes away from the comic. So it's got to be you and the comic. I'm not even sure if I like having music on when I'm listening. Because you can really get into the story, and just more enjoyable when you're not given any other distractions. So I read this one. It's a two-parter. Spider-Man and the Wasp team up. The Wasp is, and also Paladin's in there as well, being kind of morally ambiguous. He's actually working for the bad guy, but because he's a mercenary, isn't he? But the Wasp as company is being overtaken, or trying to be overtaken by this drug dealer who wants to smuggle drugs in using this part of, well, not the whole of her company, but just like a shipping part of her company. And she comes across as a bit airheady. Well, not airheady, she's that prima donna kind of, I've got a hairdresser's appointment, that kind of thing, but she's only like giving that vibe out, but really she's on top of the situation, really. She's just doing her usual dilettante, whatever it is, lifestyle that she leads. Right, and then we had this one from the same run. This one, Aunt May's held hostage along with a few other people in her block. She lets out her apartment for a while, doesn't she? She turns it into like an old person's home kind of thing, letting out some of the rooms to other elderly people. They're all not kidnapped. They're all basically one of the guys who is living with her shot some muggers, and they got out of the hospital and they decided they're going to go and pay him and teach him a lesson. And then the police turn up. So they end up being in a hostage situation, and Peter has to break in there, and and at the end, one of the muggers gets killed, and Aunt May and her love interest, her husband, or to be, I don't think she does marry him in the end, but I think his name was Nathan. They ended up at a bit of loggerheads, a little bit of a falling out. Aunt May doesn't know who he is anymore, kind of thing. Right, then I've gone on to some Superboy. Some great run of New Adventures of Superboy that I've been reading. These are always great fun. Oh yeah, this one. This is what gets me the Phantom Zone in the before. I'm not sure if it's current continuity, but in the old continuity before the Crisis, anyone in the Phantom Zone could look at anything out in the outside world. So literally, people in the Phantom Zone could be spying on you while you're blinking, having a bath, or popping your spots in the mirror, or whatever it is you get into. All these supervillains that have been sent into the Phantom Zone can watch what you're doing. So they're able to spy on Superboy in this comic at any time. It's like, and they manage to use the three of them together, somehow use their psychic telepathy to make Superboy's parents forget that he's Superboy. And so he ends up, he realises it's a plot by one of his enemies, so he fakes his own death, which confuses Pete Ross, his friend, who actually knows that Superboy is Clark Kent. So he's like, well, Clark can't be dead because he's Superboy. And it's all interesting stuff. And then in the next one, he goes into the future, and it's way in the future, somebody has recreated Smallville as a tourist attraction with robot Superboy and robot Smallvillians. A rival robot maker tries, like, basically Superboy poses as his own robot, and he gets stolen by a rival robot maker. Obviously, he lets himself get stolen so he can teach them the error of their ways. One of Lex Luthor's evil plots ends up giving the Superboy extra powers. Then those extra powers get out of control, and he has to. It's a plot to try and kill Superboy, which nearly works. Nearly makes him gets crushed in the eye of a black hole. He gets frightened because his black hole he thinks is the only thing to be able to suck out this extra power, which is overpowering things and making super magnetic. Everything's rushing towards him. Like people are, being sucked towards him, like trees and everything. So he's gone out into space to try and get the power sucked out of him in a black hole, and he'll nearly get stuck in a black hole until he realises that he can go around in circles to get out. Yes, it all worked out in the end. That's all you need to know. And once again, Lex Luthor using his nefarious powers. Well, not his powers. But, he's super mind that he never puts to good use, only to nefarious purposes. All because he lost his hair. Sorry, Lex. You can't all have super hair like me. Right. He just basically messes up his powers. He can't work them as well as he could before. I can't remember how he got out of there now. Obviously, he catches Lex. Yeah, I think Lex is in prison at the time that he does it, and Superboy goes in there to do a lecture, and Lex Luthor sticks something in the podium that's going to sort of heighten up his powers, kind of thing, but to the extent that he can't control them properly. I think that's right. In the end, Pa Kent helps Superboy, follows Lex Luthor to where he's going, and Pa Kent knocks him out. Old man Kent pops one on Lex Luthor and knocks him Sparko. Right. Then this one, a rich Texan couple. They come over from Texas. The thing that the husband's always wanted for his wife, he always gives whatever she wants because he loves her, and they were not able to have kids. So he thought, Superboy is an orphan from space. Why don't we get Superboy to be our son, to be our adopted son? Not realising that obviously he already has been adopted, and so he sets up some escapades to ensure that Superboy will come to his rescue so he can make the offer. And in the end he realises that it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter about if it's a Superboy or just a normal boy is good enough. And he and his wife go off to adopt. And there's also a backup story in these as well. He goes to alternate timeline, parallel universe, where he meets a young, himself basically. And in this one, there's another one. There's this couple who are, one's very intelligent, the other one's a super athlete, and then they're kind of like, our son's not as good as he could be. They kind of like want more for their son, so they think, well, why don't Superboy? They theorise that Superboy's powers are caused. The reason he stays in Smallville is because the cause of his powers is there, and he has to recharge his powers. So they want to find the rocket that brought him to Earth. And thinking then they could siphon the power off of that, and it's got some kind of power battery, and they can use that on their son to make him more athletic, more intelligent, basically to make him live up to the crazy ideal that they have for him. In the meantime, they discover Superboy's identity, and their son gets kidnapped. Superboy rescues their son, and they basically hypnotise themselves so they don't remember Superboy's identity anymore. And obviously they realise that, although their son may not be Superboy, he's still their son, and they love him, and they shouldn't have such crazy ideals for for him. Anyway, so that was that. Now for my February haul, and this is meant to be all that I will be getting for February, even though it's not even February yet. But I am going to a comic mart. I forgot there's a comic mart again. My mate's coming over from Switzerland, so I'm going to comic mart with him. Right, so my dealer, let's call him a dealer, my comic dealer on Facebook, he always gives me a good deal. He always gives me like cheaper than quite often than what he's selling for them on Facebook, and he throws in a few like random free ones. He said, oh, thanks for that, I'll give you a free comic, or something, that kind of thing. So I think there's a couple of free ones in this one, so that's good. Not in the greatest of nick. I mean, some of them were a bit, they've been pre-loved, as they like to call it. Like a nice old Daredevil here, 116. 2 Flew Over the Owl's Nest. Lovely old Daredevil. I think that might have been one he chucked in for free. I can't remember now. I think he chucked in the first appearance of Mariko. Is it Mariko? Wolverine's love interest. I'm not sure. Did he marry her at one point? I can't remember. Right. Anyways, X-Men. Scream, Xavier, scream! Through you I shall roar the X-Men and the world. Ooh, that Mask, that guy Mask from the Morlocks. Oh, I got a speedball, a couple of speedball. I forgot about that. Cool. A couple of speedball for my speedball run. The Ghost of Springdale High. Yeah, I realised that speedball didn't have a particularly long run, and I'm sure they'd be quite fun. So yeah, it's cool. I've got a few of these now. There's a few I can knock off the old wants list. There you go. Right, another cool Daredevil, number 218. $2.17. A couple of late run Conan, so 171. 133. 147. 149. Loads of bloody Conan to go. 138. Is that 250 in there? I think Conan. 134. 140. 183. I've heard people say that the first 100 are the best, but I just thought I thought to myself, oh yeah, I'll get the first 100, but then I saw a couple over the 100 mark, and I thought, well, and I ended up buying them. Well, I've got quite a lot here. 193. Quite a few Conan. 126. 201. There you go. Not too many more to go now. Just 3 more comics to go. All X-Men. 185. 178. And 118. I think he threw his way in for nothing. I can't remember now. But that's pretty cool. Nice little selection. A few more to knock off the old many lists of comics that I tend to pick up, hopefully at one time, eventually, one day. Oh, hiccups. Right then, so what's happening now? I'm off to my girlfriend's now. I'm off to my partners, my lady Lisa's, for the weekend. Got my podcast to do on Sunday, so I've got to make my notes for my podcast. Read some comics, of course. I always take a bag of comics with me to read while I'm there. I might do a stream tomorrow. I've got my microphone there. I might plug me and just randomly hang out. And if anyone wants to sort of talk and chat, we can talk and chat. I'm not sure about doing this StreamYard where other people can come on board, but we'll see what happens. I'm not sure. The pressure of talking live to people, I'm quite happy doing it in my kitchen, pardon the thought that might have brought into your head, but when it comes to actually talking to people, even online, it's I get kind of a bit nervous. Anyway, I actually care about what I say when someone's actually listening live. I start thinking, I get paranoid. It's I'm talking like a bloody idiot. Why don't I just shut up? Who wants to hear me talking like this? Nobody. So, but when I'm on my own, it's I just do it. I don't care. Anyway, that's it. I'm going to shout out a small channel. Let's keep this a bit quiet. Keep it a bit shorter this today, because I don't need no one wants to be just watching 25-minute video every day. Blimey. But so sometimes I do long videos. Sometimes I do short. Just. I want to do a video a day that still counts as being my blog. Right. So I'm going to shout out Jang, Geek, Comics. And I need more channels to shout out. If you're a small channel you want to shout out, get in touch. Otherwise I'm going to have to start looking around and making lists again. Probably might repeat some that I've already shouted out before. It doesn't matter though, because hopefully new people will see it and go and sub them up. So go and sub Jang Geek Comics, and yeah. I might do a poem. on, or maybe I should do like a weekly event. I mean, on my last blog back in 2017. You can see the link below to day 4 in the comments. I put a link for day 4 in the comments. You can go and back into the past and see 2017 grey man when I wasn't quite so grey man, and see what kind of sensible stuff I was saying back in 2017. There was no sensible stuff, basically. Anyway, I'm out of here. Until next time, may all your news be good news.
Subjang Geek, 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 Jiggly, it's a bit of a tongue twister that one. Subjang Geek, yeah.